47 yards. And it is good! Right down the middle! Ole Miss leads by 3 with 6 seconds to go. Georgia fans dealing with the reality, something that never happens. Blown fourth quarter leads under Kirby Smart.
Perfect snap, perfect hold, and never a doubt from Carnero.
What a night he has had. What a season he's had. His 27th field goal of the year. That's the single season school record. He has scored the most points in a season in Ole Miss history. Kirby Smart won all the close ones in the regular season. Trinidad Chambliss. What a night he's had. The stars are many for the Rebels. A program that stayed together when it could have fallen apart. Landon Roldan, they're going to try to run some trick plays. That's a free ball. Bounding toward the sideline. The game is over. Official signaling a safety on the last play of the game. That doesn't matter. Ole Miss is on to the college football playoff semifinal.
Way, and it's got the distance, and it's through the upright. The Rebels have taken the lead. Holy mackerel!
What a weapon! What a weapon!
I think it's remaining. You want a touchback? Here's the kick. He's going to kick to the end zone again. He's going to catch it about 10 yards out and bring it out. They're going to run a crazy play right here. It's incomplete. It's going to roll out of bounds. The clock is at 1 second.
Zero.
It's zero. It's zero. The Ole Miss Rebels have knocked off the Georgia Bulldogs 37-34. Arizona, here we
are. The following is a presentation of the Believe Podcast Network. It's time for the Believe in Ole Miss podcast with your host, Brad Logan, your home for Ole Miss sports. To be a part of the show, email the show at brad.logan@loganmedianetwork.com or shoot him a DM on Twitter at BradLoganCOTE. Download the show on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, or wherever you get your podcasts. Please subscribe, rate, and leave a review online. And now, from the vault to the pavilion to Swayze Field, it's all Ole Miss all the time. Here's your host, Brad Logan.
Today's show is brought to you by our friends at FanDuel. Remember, you can get $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if you win in the NFL. Remember, FanDuel.com, America's #1 sportsbook. New customers get $300 in bonus bets if your $5 bet wins. You can join today at FanDuel.com. Join America's #1 sportsbook. You want to lock that in? Go to FanDuel.com today and tell them you heard about it on the Believe in Ole Miss podcast. And now, back to the show.
Wow, what a game. What do you say? Just an incredible game by Ole Miss. We'll have full coverage for you on the Logan Media Network from the field after the game. It was a sight to see. Upwards of 40,000 Ole Miss fans. Incredible. Biggest game in Ole Miss history, and it was something to see inside the Caesars Superdome. It really was. Ole Miss will play Miami in the Fiesta Bowl. They're one of 4 teams left in the country to win the college football playoff, to win the national championship. My goodness, celebrate, Ole Miss fans. Have a blast. You absolutely deserve it. All of our coverage from down here in New Orleans is brought to you by our good friends at T. White and Tyler White. Thank you, Tyler, for everything that you do for us on the Logan Media Network. Go to twhites.com and order any type of custom item that you need. They're a local company. They're Ole Miss folks. They're down in Flora, Mississippi. Just go to twhites.com, give them a call, shoot them an email. They will accommodate any need that you have. And please tell them you heard about it on the Logan Media Network, and tell Tyler how much we appreciate everything that he does. I have a field report coming that was it was absolutely crazy on the field. And then we'll hear from Ole Miss head coach Pete Golding in his press conference. And I want to hear also from Kewan Lacey. There were a lot of LSU reporters on site, but I had a chance to visit, or what I did is I asked a question of Kewan Lacey about what he thought about being a Rebel. We'll go over the stats and, of course, hear from different coaches and a couple of different players. At the end of the day, it's the day after version of the Believe in Ole Miss podcast. We finished up at about 3:30 this morning, and as we do, we'll get ready to hit the road. I want to say a special thank you to a couple of people, Ben Garrett and his entire family. My daughter is with me. I had a blast with my daughter. Aside from the game, we experienced New Orleans and had a great time, and I love her dearly, and we had such a great time. I want to say a special thank you again to Ben Garrett and his family for accommodating us. I want to say a special thank you to my dear friend Calvin White, who was kind enough. It was a bit of a melee after the game, and Calvin was kind enough to help me out with my daughter, and so Calvin, thank you. A special thank you to my wife, Melissa, who is back home, and we look forward to seeing you soon. She is dealing with a broken foot and was coming to the game, and we were excited about going to eat and having a big time in New Orleans, and she couldn't make it. But my daughter was able to experience that, and it's without question a once-in-a-lifetime moment. I think we all can agree with that. It was fascinating to see that many Ole Miss fans inside the Caesars Superdome, that many Ole Miss fans in the city of New Orleans. And to all of you that came up to me and said hello and that you enjoy what we do at the Logan Media Network, thank you. It means a lot. It means everything, actually. And that's why we do what we do. And we're so excited that we can continue on to the football season that will never end. And, you know, a lot of us are talking about it being a team of destiny. So, you know, maybe some truth to that too. But couldn't do what we do without Tyler White and T. Whites. And thank you, Tyler. A lot of other people to thank. You'll hear about them in their ad spots in just a little bit that have helped make the Logan Media Network what we are the entire season. So we'll get to that in just a moment. Before we do, I want to get you some audio of on the field last night. It was wild. Here was on the field after the game was over and the Rebels were the winners of this year's Sugar Bowl.
Hello everyone, Brad Logan here from the field. This place is absolutely insane. Check out all of these people. The entire Caesars Superdome, chock full of Ole Miss fans as Ole Miss is headed to the Fiesta Bowl. The fans, this is what's fascinating, is they did so behind the legs of Kewan Lacey, who did everything he needed to do with a left shoulder, fumbled the football, only his second fumble of the year. And he's the guy, along with Trinidad Chambliss. I thought Trey Wallace played incredible along with Deshaun Stribling. And you take a look at what Ole Miss has done defensively. I know they gave up a lot of points, but they did what they needed to do defensively. Incredible crowd. Ton of Ole Miss fans on hand. The Ole Miss band has been with this team obviously the whole way. These fan base, you see Deshaun Stribling here. As we'll see who he gives this lay to here. Man, this is a family event. So much hard work put into these particular games, and you see the emotion coming out, Stribling, and so many of these fans getting a chance to see their family. So much being put on the line for all these people. Just absolutely incredible. So much hard work, so much uncertainty, and to have Coach Pete Golding address the crowd and thank all of these fans. And that's one thing that's really cool to see is this family environment that Pete Golding has pretty much brought together. And he preached a family. Let's take a listen to the Ole Miss band. What a night, and Ole Miss fans used to celebrate. Whether you're here or whether you're at home, this is a time of celebration. A lot's been put into this particular year. I had a chance to visit with Walker Jones at the end of the game, and you could just see the exuberance on his face, all of the emotion, because so much put into this season. We'll have a chance to look at some of the numbers when we get to our post-game show. Remember, all of our coverage is brought to you by T. White's.
Yeah, man, was it wild. Man, was it crazy. And the fans, the players, the coaches, such an incredible sight to see. Ole Miss will face Miami. The records that Ole Miss has broken are, limitless. What was funny was Carnero kicks the 50-plus yard field goal, then kicks another and breaks the record like within 30 minutes. So, he is just a gem. Best kicker in college football. Pete Golding said that as well. And so seeing what Carnero, Ben and I gave away game balls last night. He got one. I think, the way that Kewan Lacey played hurt. I know he had the fumble, but if you remember, that fumble was right on that arm. It was kind of bandaged up. So just a huge game by so many different people. We'll look at the numbers in a minute. Before we do, I want to play a clip when I asked Kewan Lacey a specific question, and I asked him about being an Ole Miss Rebel. And what was fascinating by that was his answer, because I wanted him to know, because a lot's been said about him, the transfer portal. Oddly enough, Texas has become a big component along with LSU. Here's what he said when I asked him about being an Ole Miss Rebel. What does it mean to be an Ole Miss Rebel?
It was great seeing all the fans out there. We love them so much, and we thank them for the support. I just love being a Rebel, man. Go Rebs, man. Howdy, toddy.
Yeah, boy, that was welcome news to hear Kewan Lacey, Ole Miss starting running back, saying that. Also, during the post-game press conference, it was asked of Trinidad Chamis about the waiver. I thought it was funny. He said, I think the NCAA is closed. He wasn't being funny when he said that, but it was funny how he just put out, I just think they're closed. The crowd was absolutely insane. And how insane was it? Georgia head coach Kirby Smart said it felt like a home game for Ole Miss. Can you believe this? Listen to this.
Probably more partisan Ole Miss than ours, but it felt like you were on a road game with their atmosphere, and they had momentum a lot. It was a back-and-forth game. It's an incredible college football game. It's what the CFP was built for, to have battles like that. And that was basically every conference game we had this year.
And that is all because of you, Ole Miss fans. Kirby Smart, the head coach of the Georgia Bulldogs, talked about the crowd and just how crazy it was and what a night it was. Thankful again to our friends at T. White's and T. White's Customs. TWhites.com is that website, and then you can go there today and get all of the custom gear. I thought a huge component of this was Corey Adams. If you remember, Corey Adams was someone that was a big component of this team, and he passed away in a shooting accident around the Memphis area. And I wasn't sure what Will Eccles, who is my favorite defensive player, by the way, what he was saying at the end of the game. But here is Will Eccles at the end of the post-game press availability about what he said at the end of the game.
Hearts and minds this week being in New Orleans.
He's been on our mind heavy. He's on our mind really all day. We break it down. After practice, we break it down on C4. We gave his mom the game jersey yesterday before the game, and we talked with her a lot. And she just shared more stories about him, and how great of a kid he was. And I was just glad that we got to come to New Orleans and to play in his home state and represent him.
And that was Will Eccles, and that just goes to show you that this team is completely galvanized behind each other. They support each other. They've surrounded each other. They play for each other. And here's the audio from on the field, and this is a little more clear. And this is what it means to the Ole Miss team and to the family of Corey Adams and how they have been playing for him.
This whole season, we've been dedicating our season to Corey Adams. His mom's just standing over there. So if y'all give her a round of applause for all the things we do for C4.
It's a special team, man. I mean, it's a special team. And to do that just goes to show you how much they miss him. To do that just goes to show you how much that Corey Adams and his mom and his family mean to this team. I mean, it's special, man. This team is absolutely special. And it's all because of so many people. And it's also because of so many people that pulled the rope while Lane was here. And there's so many people that obviously continue to pull the rope even harder when he left. I think in large part this team is better without Lane Kiffin because it's playing harder for Pete Golding. And what a story. I mean, we've had so many people on the show talk about Pete Golding and what he means to the team. And we'll get to that press conference in a moment. There are a couple questions that I think are important. And it was about Hammond, Louisiana, small town guy, and just what it means to Pete Golding, what it means to him. And what a story. What an absolute story by Pete Golding. Here was Pete Golding at the end of the game with Molly McGrath on the field about what this win means.
Golding, it wasn't without drama at the end there, but just your second game as a head coach. You win a playoff quarterfinal in your home state of Louisiana. You have your sons around you. What emotions are going through you right now?
No, I'm just so excited for our players. The adversity they've been through, the resiliency they've shown, to come out, get down, not play very well in the first half. Thought they came out and responded in the second half. Didn't play perfect by any means, but their energy, their effort, their body language, just really excited and proud of them.
How would you describe the performance from your kicker, Lucas Carnero, here tonight?
He's been special all year, and he's been knocking down the big ones. And tonight, there couldn't have been a bigger one, but we've counted him all year, and that's who he is.
Your quarterback, Trinidad Chambliss, at one point he had 13 straight completions. What did you see from him when it mattered most?
Same thing we've seen all year. We talked about the competitive character the kid has and, how competitive he is. He makes big plays in big moments, and he's done it all year. So that's why he came here. He had a huge, opportunity tonight and showed a lot of people who he is.
Your defense made plays when it mattered most, too. What are you most proud of from their performance?
Yeah, just not giving up, and we talk about amnesia and be able to move to the next snap. And we didn't play perfect by any means, but we had some big stops when we needed to. And, to be down 9 this time when we were up 9 last time and to have the tails flip a little bit, it was neat for the kids.
Coach, you called this last month a roller coaster.
Yeah.
How did your team and you overcome all of this to become Sugar Bowl champions?
I think we got a great group of people in our building. I think it starts with our administration, with Glenn Boyce and, our athletic director, Keith Carter. And we got a lot of good coaches in that building. And a lot of guys were going through a lot of things, but they've been here for the kids the whole time. And it's a special group of kids.
Congratulations on the.
And that was Ole Miss head coach Pete Golding on the field with Molly McGrath of ESPN. Just so grateful. I mean, I thought it was interesting, too. He talked about flipping the script from September 20th about how Ole Miss lost the lead. Well, this time they came from behind. And what was funny, too, is it really felt like what Trinidad Chambliss said. He didn't say that the crowd bothered him in Athens, but he kind of did. And he smiled, and this was earlier in the week, and he smiled and said, but it won't be like that in New Orleans. And boy, was he right. A question was asked to Pete about being from Hammond, Louisiana, and it was, I think, from the Hammond Star. And he kind of smiled, and this was his answer when he was asked what it means to be from Hammond, Louisiana, and win at just a short drive from New Orleans.
Certainly that obviously our chancellor and Keith, gave me to step in with these guys. And, a lot of guys put a lot of work into this in our building, in our community, in our fan base, and recruit really good players like these two guys. And to be around these dudes on a daily basis, like, I don't want it to end. And yeah, it's definitely special, being 35 miles away. My brother lives in New Orleans, a bunch of family, and, a bunch of him and High boys here tonight. So yeah, absolutely, we love playing at the Dome. But, more importantly for these guys to have the opportunity to keep eating for a championship. And that was the one thing that has been consistent for us since we've been here 3 years. This guy over here was pissed off last year when we made the playoffs. So I know everybody else was doubting us this season, but the goal of this season of why Trinidad came was to compete for a championship. And that's something that we're going to do around here on a consistent basis.
And I want to make sure you caught that. That's something we're going to do around here on a consistent basis. That's what Pete Golding said. Rebels win. We'll take a look at the numbers here in just a moment. The Rebels win over the Georgia Bulldogs. They're headed to face Miami in the Fiesta Bowl next Thursday. And what a game and what a day it will be. Trinidad Chambliss would finish going 30 of 46 for 362 and had the 2 touchdowns through the air. It was a huge night for the quarterback for Ole Miss. And you just look at what he's done all year. He's led this football team ever since the Kentucky game and has been absolutely fantastic. Kewan Lacey on the ground, 2 yards shy of 100 yards, but boy, you could feel every yard that he had. Had the 2 touchdowns on 22 carries, 98 yards. Not showing up on the rushing chart is Logan Diggs, but I thought Logan played well. And there were a couple of particular plays. One of them was a long ball to Harrison Wallace. He picked up a blitz and did so incredibly well. Blocked well, and I think that was a huge component of the win. We know Lacey is a great chip blocker, if you will. Well, I thought Logan Diggs had a couple of good blocks last night. Trinidad Chambliss, the only other rusher of substance, 4 carries and had 14 yards. Through the air, Harrison Wallace, what do you say? I mean, Trey Wallace has been fantastic. 9 catches, 156 through the air, averaged over 17 yards a catch and had the touchdown. Deshaun Stribling, also a monster night. 7 catches, 122, had the long of 40. And then Caden Lee had one and almost had another one. Boy, took a pretty good shot. We'll have to check, make sure he's okay. I saw him after the game, and he looked like he was okay. Caden Lee, 4 catches, 19 yards. And then Daquan Wright had a couple of catches, had a 1 drop, and Deuce Alexander had a rush, but also had 2 catches for 13 yards. Defensively, Xavier Harris, game of his career, led the team in tackles, 10 total tackles, 5 solos. But I thought, obviously, you had Prince William Amiel had the half tackle for loss, 7 total tackles, 3 solo tackles, second on the team. And then Suntarine Perkins. Wow, 6 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, had a pass breakup, and then had the huge sack. And I asked him about that. And this is what Suntarine Perkins said about being a Mississippian and what happened on the sack play and how special the game was.
Tell us, just really mean a lot to us. Especially Coach Pete, just coming in, just stepping in and getting, taking the job. It really means a lot. We all just buying in to what he say.
Congratulations. Take me back to the sack.
They got high, so that's how it works. They forced the slide to the left. They left me free. Just whenever your moment come, just when your moment come, just make the play.
Tell me about what this means to you as a Mississippian playing the Fiesta Bowl, 1 game away from the national championship.
It really means a lot to me, especially from the small town I came from, Raleigh, Mississippi. Just being able to just stay home and just playing for your home team really means a lot. You know what I'm saying? Especially just seeing the little guys and just look up to us. They really mean a lot to us because it was one upon a time we was in that position that they were in.
The crowd crazy.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
What do you say about the fans?
They was amazing. We just thank y'all for coming out, and hopefully, we just see y'all next week and get ready for Miami.
Then you heard Suntarine Perkins, get ready for Miami. In Tempe, Arizona, Ole Miss, or should I say Glendale, Arizona, Ole Miss in the Fiesta Bowl. What a wild, wild ride it has been. Could not do what we do without all of you listening and following along on social media, all of our channels, whether it be Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter/X. We thank you so much. Our talent presenting sponsor, T. White's and Tyler White. Thank you, Tyler, for everything that you do. And we look forward to having more and more content for you next week. Rebels win over Georgia, coming from behind, down 9 points, and win the game 39-34, 13-1. Yeah, that's right. Ole Miss is 13-1. What an absolute incredible run it has been, and we have had a blast covering it for you. We'll have wall-to-wall coverage on the Logan Media Network. Stay locked in. We'll have the Drive Home coming, the Radar Boy Crew podcast coming, and more right here on the Logan Media Network. Talk to you soon right here on the Logan Media Network. Rebels win the Sugar Bowl.
The regular season is only 14 weeks, just 3 days a week. That's it. So cherish every over and under before it's over on FanDuel. With live betting from the first down to the final whistle. Because before you know it, parking lots will just be for parking again.
All customers get a no-sweat bet on any college football game this week. FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook.
Today's show is brought to you in part by Realtor Debbie Alderson Johnson. If you're looking for a spot in the Oxford area or, quite frankly, anywhere in Mississippi, that is your go-to. Remember, real estate industry since 2003. Looking for that special ag property, maybe a recreational property, maybe a commercial real estate property, or a new home. Debbie does a great job and can be your real estate agent today. Just contact her directly at 662-234-5555. Of course, that's a member of the Kessinger Real Estate family at KessingerRealEstate.com. And Debbie has been with them for quite a few years. If you need to get her directly, just dial her cell phone at 662-689-0090. Remember, your go-to for real estate, whether it be commercial, farm, or maybe you need that home. Maybe you need that second home in Oxford. You're looking maybe to relocate to Oxford. Part of the real estate family, the Kessinger Real Estate family. Debbie Johnson, your realtor, 662-234-5555. Or call her cell phone at 662-689-0090. Debbie Johnson, a proud sponsor here on the Believe in Ole Miss podcast. Custom t-shirts, quarter-zip polos, collegiate brands, TWhites.com is your go-to for all custom apparel and collegiate apparel, including Ole Miss. For custom apparel, just log on to www.twhites.com. Give them a call, 601-667-5533, or shoot them an email at sales@twhites.com. For the custom side, just go to twhites.com and enter all of your information. Are you looking for screen printing on a tee or a hoodie? Maybe embroidery on a hat, polo, or a jacket? How about a promotional item? Cup, koozies, pins, mugs, a leather patch hat? Just let us know the date and we'll be in touch with you as soon as possible. Fast shipping is available, but if you live in Central Mississippi, you don't want to ship it, no problem. We'll have a local pickup for you available in Flora, Mississippi. T-Whites offers high-quality custom T-shirts, apparel, and promotional products. They take the frustration out of the ordering process and offer every customer an expert to guide them through the process. With millions of products to choose from, the process is way too time-consuming and stressful to click around on a website for hours. At T-Whites, you speak to real people real fast. Your expert is a call or email away and will make personalized recommendations based on your need. From companies big to small, they work with them all and offer all full-service screen printing and embroidery services. They provide their customers online pre-sale hosting, warehousing, and fulfillment services. You can always give them a call at 601-667-5533. Shoot them an email at sales@twhites.com. T-Whites, proud sponsor of the Logan Media Network. The Grove Collective and Dead Soxy, two words that have gone together since the beginning. Dead Soxy wants you to remember, make every step count. Go to deadsoxy.com and look at the latest styles that are available. Upgrade your game day with socks that financially support the Rebels and the Grove Collective. Every step you take shapes the future of Ole Miss athletics, and upgrade your socks today and elevate Ole Miss. Just go to deadsoxy.com, and there you'll see all of the selection of socks that you can get. And a really cool feature is, don't have time to go to the website and order? Just go ahead and sign up today. The NIL Sock Subscription Program with Dead Soxy. They'll ship right to your door. But you go onto the website and you can see all types of socks. You got the team colorways, that's of course your long dress socks, or the more casual option, like the beer showers. All aboard the Lane Train, Drip and the Sip, all names that you are very familiar with. And if you log on today, use that promo code Logan, Logan, and get 20% off today. And if you become a VIP, you get a free pair with an instant coupon today. Just go to the website, deadsoxy.com. Any pair you want, you pick. Our VIP insiders enjoy some serious perks and benefits at deadsoxy.com. Probably my favorite deal going on right now, just for members, a weekly supply, the 7-pack Oxford Edition team colorways is on sale now, and it is a great price. deadsoxy.com. A proud supporter here on the Logan Media Network. And remember, every home game, we have the pregame video at the Dead Soxy pop-up tent. We'd love for you to come by and say hello at the northwest corner of Vaught-Hemingway Stadium. Jason is always there, and it's always great to see friends every single game at the Dead Soxy pop-up tent. By the way, last time, 2 for 1. I think Jason may have something up his sleeve this week as well. It's deadsoxy.com, a proud supporter here on the Believe in Ole Miss podcast and the Logan Media Network.
Are you ready for delicious blueberry donuts? What about savory crispy chicken and wonderful tasty sides? Well, get ready, because Connie's Chicken is coming to Oxford. See you soon for some good eats and good times.
Hi there. Did you know that Connie's Chicken offers catering? Whether it's a large event, a small event, tailgate, or business party, Connie's is perfect for just about every occasion. Connie's Chicken Catering. Order today.
Give Connie's a call today for that perfect tailgate order, 662-934-7252, or you can email them, catering@connieschicken.com. Be sure and tell them you heard about it on the Logan Media Network. Looking for a quick order? Just go to connieschicken.com, order online today, or you can give them a call, 662-380-5106 at connieschicken.com. The combos, they've got them for you. The fried chicken sandwich combo, chicken tender combo, 2-piece bone-in chicken combo, 4-piece bone-in chicken combo. How about this? The little cluckers for the kids. Everybody's covered at Connie's Chicken. And for dessert, don't forget the blueberry donut. I promise you'll thank me later. Tell them you heard about it on the Logan Media Network. Connie's Chicken, West Jackson Avenue in Oxford. Arriva is your local high-speed internet and voice provider. With 9 locations in 2 states, Arriva is building the ultimate network to power high-quality, secure, affordable, fast connections. Whether it be your telephone or gig internet connection, Arriva provides what you need to connect, just like they have for over a century. Arriva is driven by a mission to connect lives and strengthen communities through world-class broadband service. Their roots trace back to humble beginnings in small-town Mississippi, where the business was born with an unwavering commitment to service and connection. Today, as a family-run business spanning multiple states, they honor that legacy while embracing innovation and growth. Arriva believes in the power of connection. They're dedicated to delivering exceptional service, supporting the communities they serve, and empowering brighter futures. Sign up today and save $5. It's easy. Go paperless and get a one-time bill credit of $5. Want to save even more? Sign up for AutoPay and receive a one-time bill credit of $5. For more information, give the Bruce office a call today, 662-983-4343, or go online to goarriva.com. Arriva.
You've been listening to the Believe in Ole Miss podcast with your host, Brad Logan. Download the show on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, or wherever you get your podcasts. Please subscribe, rate, and leave a review online. Be sure and check us out on Twitter at BradLoganCOTE and at Believe Podcasts, as well as Facebook, Brad Logan Media. From the Vaught to the Pavilion to Swayze Field, it's all Ole Miss all the time. This has been the Believe in Ole Miss podcast, a presentation of the Believe Podcast Network.